Let's just get into this next one. Best and worst power systems in anime.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. I think the best power system in anime is Nen.
Okay.
Because it's so balanced. It's all random. The power is based off of you training it and you using it smartly rather than some stupid cop-out bullshit of like, oh, I'm gonna get a random power up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's because like Gon, for example, like his power-ups is strictly from rage. It's not like it's like an ass pull or like Kurapika made his Nen exactly what he wanted it to be.
To accomplish his own specific goal, right?
And like Hisoka has his Nen where it's kind of weird, but he uses it in a way that is super OP. So it's like, obviously it's random in terms of what specialization you are, but you can make your Nen whatever you want from that and use it in a way that's really smart. Where like Killua with the lightning. Shit like that, where it's like, I think it's the most balanced, I think it's cool, and it's all situational based off of how much you want to put into it.
Right.
Whereas like,
you have to, like, when rather than just like brute strength training and a bunch of other shows with that one, you have to actually like delicately build it in the way that you want it to end up.
You can't just, you won't just have it like
it's not
to or
handed
something
to you.
like Fairy Tail, where it's like it's just kind of there, and then you're able to use it some random way. It just shows up where you're just super strong. It's like everything is planned or made a specific way with Nen. Which I think is really cool, and I think it makes it...
It's a very like complex way to...
Yeah, it's super complex, and it's super cool, and it's interesting, unique, and I think it's balanced. For the most part. Yeah.
But then... So then, like, it's weird, though, like, when you have things like... He stuck his bungee gun. Like, how do you even train that, right?
Yeah. You just have to be super smart, right?
Yeah.
Which
Hisoka obviously is.
Hisoka is, which you'll see. You'll actually get to see him use bungee gum a lot when you read the fight, but because you can kind of see like where his head's at with it and how he uses it even more so than like in the Tower of Heaven or like the Great Island. But that's what I like about it. Is like how would you think of that, and then how would you use it once you think of it? You know, I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Especially like even with Kurapika, his Nen with the like chains, that's super sick.
Oh yeah.
And like it's so unique, like how he goes about using it, what it does to him, and it'll kind of explain more how to make your Nen stronger in the manga. So I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like there's ways you can go about making it super strong, but it's not like OP because it has like negative effects on the user. So it's like everything with Nen is balanced in a way. It's not just like your Goku where you just have like an unnaturally high power level, or like even Broly super high power level. It's not like that where it's like you just you have what you have and you take advantage of it. Which is why I think Nen is the best power system.
Right, which makes sense. So then, for me, I always thought magic was a terrible power system to put into an anime, especially because of just how limitless it could be.
Yeah, and I feel like most magic users in anime are just like unnaturally strong for no reason.
And like you have people like Gon who just have a just terribly
But that's different though.
Oh yeah, I guess it's a game you have to grind for it, but still it's the same thing where like if you in Black Clover or something, or in Fairy Tail, where you have people like Acnologia. Well, I guess Acnologia's been around for a long time. It's a bad example, but there's what's his name? I don't think you care if I spoils Fairy Tail.
Nah.
There's a guy who's a dragon user who has a bunch of has like 4 different of like the dragon lacrima elements, so he can use all 4 elements when he's fighting.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, but then he has like just a crazy amount of mana, so then he's just like it doesn't even matter if you fight him.
Yeah.
Or anything else like that. So it's just like things like that.
Yeah, that's kind of OP, and like I feel like with magic, there's like not a way to train it. So like these guys are just like super strong for no reason.
Yeah, because it's like I don't think it's something where it's like, oh, you used a bunch of mana, you're straining your body, so then you're gonna have more. Like, every time you go out. Like, I don't know of a show that's like it's trained like that, where like, okay, you have to go out and use a bunch of your mana and actually train up and all this other stuff, casting spells, so on and so forth.
Yeah. So
that you get that power up and having a bunch of mana.
Only show I can think of that's like that is Naruto, but Naruto isn't even mana. It's chakra.
No, it's chakra. Right.
Which is still like the Naruto system.
And even then, like with chakra, you still have to make the hand signs. Yeah. Rather than with magic, you can just lift your hand and then think of the spell in your head or something. Or anything else. I
think the Naruto system is really good too, because it's like every person has their own like affinity for a certain element. So like Naruto, wind, Kakashi, and Sasuke like lightning. Some people like wood, like Hashirama and Yamato. So it's like I like that too, because like everybody's limited to what they have.
Cool. Except for like Kakashi, well, Kakashi like copy ninja, but still, yeah. Majority is limited to a certain affinity,
which is pretty cool. Especially with Yamato, how he's like the only wood user, stuff like that. It's really cool, and you have to train it, right? Naruto wasn't just strong; he trained. Yeah. Minus, the Nine Tails, but it's the Nine Tails,
right? And then that had negative effects. Yeah, and where he didn't have very much control, and it was
destroyed his body.
Destroyed his body, right?
So, I think the Naruto one is a good system too, because you have to train it. It's not just like, oh, here, Ichigo, have the Bankai and be able to just jump up to the next level. Like, it's like, no, Naruto, you have to use your shadow clones and you have to train with all your shadow clones until you have no more energy, and then they'll all come back to you, and then you'll be smarter and stronger. Right. Like over and over and over.
Like you have to gain that experience.
Yeah, and same with like when he's training with the sages, the Toad sages, and like all that stuff. Like I don't know, I just never felt like his power ups are necessarily an ass pull.
Like cheated. Or anything else like that, like ass pull.
I think why I kind of think the like ninja way is kind of, or the ninja idea is a really good power system too. Right. Whereas like I don't know, quirks in My Hero, I think they're kind of they're all random. Some are just like crazy strong, like Todoroki or Bakugo. Then you have Deku, who doesn't even have one, but then the strongest hero of all time just gives Deku the power. Like I don't know, it's a cool idea, but I don't think as a power system it's very good.
So before we get into that, just the thing that I also wanted to mention with Naruto is that how, like with these different jutsus and stuff, if you're smart like Sasuke or something, like is in his fight when like during the Chunin exams against Orochimaru, how he's throwing the stars and then it's all attached to the line, like the strings, and then he sets the strings on fire to burn Orochimaru. Like you can use it's this when you're smart and you're using your power in that specific way where you have that experience, it shows like so much better.
Yeah, and even the Zabuza fight where they where Zabuza gets Kakashi in like the water prison, and then they trick him with the Naruto being the knife. Right.
Because then it shows like Dragon Ball, like sure you can be smart and do like these tricks and stuff, but it's in the end who has the higher power level. Yeah. And who gets the power boost. Yeah. To finish the job. Rather than Naruto, it's okay, I can be crazy strong, but if I'm not smart and I can't predict my opponent's moves, this and that, I'm gonna get clapped.
Which I guess a good example of that would be like the whole Sasuke rescue mission. All those sound ninjas were stronger than Neji,
that is actually a perfect example. Really,
Choji, Shino.
No, Shino wasn't there.
Or not. What's his name?
It was Neji, Shikamaru.
What's the dude with the dog?
Kiba.
Kiba. Him, and Akamaru. Like all those sound ninjas were stronger than them. And I guess Shikamaru is like the perfect example. Yeah,
like he's not super strong,
even against Tamari. Yeah. So it's like it's all based off of mental game more so than it's based off of power, which is also a good thing. Whereas like My Hero, it's like, oh, I'm stronger, so sucks to be you because I'm gonna beat you because I'm stronger. Like I don't know. Yeah. And that's
because I mean you can't have like Bakugo's quirk, for example. Even though he's hard-headed, like he's smart. Like he uses his quirk in probably the best way in his class.
Well, in like the Todoroki Bakugo fight is a good example of that. He used it really smart.
And even in his fight with Deku, Like how Deku landed the punch, Bakugo grabs him, does his hand explosions, flips him to be above again, and then just catapults them straight to the ground. Like that was insane to me. Yeah. Because that was just another example of him. Even though Deku's quirk is so good, Bakugo is still able to get around it and avoid the yeah.
It's true. So, or even like JoJo. Honestly, the stand power system, I like it, but it's like it's just whoever has the stronger stand for the most part.
But I mean, even then, you have guys like. Okay, so here's one: Mista against what was that guy's name? When they were on the train.
Beach Boy, or the other guy.
The fishing one.
Yeah, Beach Boy.
Beach Boy.
Yeah.
To me, Beach Boy's stand was a lot stronger than Mista's, and then Mista lost to him still, right?
Yeah, I think they all pretty much did, except for
like Bucciarati,
because
he opened up the zipper in the thing.
In his heart.
Yeah, but still, so like even like in that fight, even though like in any other situation, his Mista's stand would win.
True. That's actually true. They kind of do outsmart them, except for like the last boss where... So pretty much they outsmart like most villains except for like the last boss for a lot of things.
Right.
Because like... Minus Kira, but that's it. Like,
yeah. A better one would be the metal one against Doppio.
Metallica?
Yeah, Metallica and Doppio. Metallica's stand was a whole lot better than Doppio's. But... Doppio was able to outsmart him.
Yeah, by knowing what
that Bruno
Naranchia's fight or Naranchia's stand is. Yeah, that's true. Hey, I'm on Psalms. What's up, man? Welcome. Good to see you back, man.
Yeah, we're talking about power systems and anime right now. We're on JoJo.
I don't know. The JoJo power system is decent. Actually, now that I think about it more.
Because it's mostly
the main villain that is kind of an asshole. But like the main villain's like so outsmarted that the people like especially part 5 where it's like he's so strong. Oh, here's a random power up that can perfectly counter the boss. Surprise! Like I don't know, just felt cheated. Whereas like I said, the one I'm always gonna go back to is Kira.
Yeah,
they outsmarted the hell out of Kira, but I don't know. We'll get into JoJo more after this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think is the best power system?
See, I thought My Hero was really good because not everyone gets a quirk. Because if everyone had a quirk, there would be no reason. Like villains have no purpose. Because if they try and rob someone or take advantage of someone with their quirk, everyone has one, so they're going to defend themselves, which then in turn makes the need for heroes to defend the helpless.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really good, but then like we were talking about, Naruto I think is the best because there's a bunch of different varies. Like you can use chakra in so many ways, especially puppets.
You don't even have to use chakra.
Yeah.
Or there's ninjutsu, taijutsu, and genjutsu. So it's like like Rock Lee and Guy are like good examples. Like you don't even have to use.
Like no one could hang with Madara, and then Guy's like, okay, like I'll do this, and then he goes Night Guy on him, almost kills him.
And he wasn't even using.
He wasn't in ninjutsu or anything.
Ninjutsu at all. Like he was like not even really chakra, like just strictly like taijutsu.
Like he has those hands.
Yeah, which is sick because like that even just goes to show the power system in that show is more than just like using abilities and like jutsus, which is cool.
Yeah, which I loved. I mean, even then, Guy did have help from Rock Lee and Minato, who threw I always forget his tool thing, like his special kunai that he can teleport straight with. Like he did have help from them, which helped out a lot, but still, like he was crazy strong. Yeah, regardless. So, yeah, but I definitely think that Naruto's the best. My Heroes is pretty good for just like the setting up the world.
Yeah.
I think that was really good, but I definitely see where you're coming from talking about how it's more of there are specific quirks that like, oh, I can use this to outsmart you rather than like, oh, brute strength, like muscular.
Yeah, well, even that muscular fight, like you're talking about with Deku, where like both his arms are broken, and then he somehow just like pops off at the end, right?
Yeah.
It's like
exactly.
That felt more.
That was definitely
brute strength rather than earned. Yeah.
Because Midoriya didn't outsmart him any sort of way.
No.
Because he couldn't.
Yeah.
He was perfectly pinned.
Because like even if you think about that, and then you think about like the Kaguya fight.
Yeah.
They just strictly outsmarted Kaguya. They didn't overpower her at all.
Yeah, they couldn't overpower her.
So like, I feel like My Hero just has to kind of use more plot armor in some areas, whereas like obviously like Naruto and all the shows have plot armor in some cases, but like it feels more earned and more gratifying than My Hero does in some cases.
Right.
In my opinion.